What do you have to do between the assumption of your wish fulfilled, like from the moment that you make your assumption, to its realization? You guys, this is a question that a lot of people ask me, and there are so many ideas out there, and today I was inspired making this video because of this reason. So stay tuned. Hello everybody, my name is Nia, and on this channel I like to present my ideas around the law of assumption, manifestation in general, and metaphysical concept that goes even beyond the law of assumption. And I also have a Patreon where we do challenges and extra videos just around this topic. So the link is down below. So today, and I'm going to answer this question, don't worry about it, I got an entire opinion about it. But before I answer this question, I want you to understand how did I arrive to wanting to make this video, because it's a very funny, I think you will relate to this, okay? I'm sorry, but like there's something on my eyebrows that is sticking. Anyway, so I was just having my breakfast and I was popping on YouTube, and this video just came on my playlist, and it was from a major channel, like millions and millions of views, and it was like says how to manifest anything in your life, and there were a couple of speakers talking about, and this first speaker came about and I was having Neville Goddard book in front of me, which was so funny, and it was like, you know, if you want to manifest your desire, it's the law of attraction, therefore you cannot expect to just assume things and you write them down and they just manifest in your reality out of thin air. You have to take action. You have to take action towards your manifestation. And I was like, I was watching the video and I was reading Neville and I was watching the video, and then I paused for a minute and I thought about all the things that I manifested, and I was like, this is bullshit. And so what do you have to do? And in order to answer, I want to quote obviously Neville Goddard, because I am not a hardcore Neville Goddard fan. However, I do come back to Neville because he was a genius. And so Neville writes, the question is often asked, what should be done between the assumption of the wish fulfilled and its realization? What should be done between the assumption of the wish fulfilled and its realization? Nothing. No freaking action. And it's so funny because I don't even understand why these people in the law of attraction community believe so heavily in action, when even someone like Abraham Hicks has always said whatever action you're taking, it's completely pointless, because you only have to change yourself and you have to change your thoughts. Human beings believe so heavily in action, but I mean, you can get to the realizations of your desires in millions of ways. And yes, you can even take millions of action. However, when you take action, you move through space and time. And if I'm correct, right? So there is, like, let's say for me to get to a certain point in this 3D reality, it will require me time to move through space in order to get what I want. But if you truly understand the magic of manifestation, if you truly understand the power of consciousness, consciousness doesn't reside in a place where there is space and time. Therefore, it's not necessary for consciousness to take time and either action to get into a reality or to get to the state where it wants to be, because consciousness is everywhere. And if you truly understand that you are awareness, you are consciousness, and you can even watch my video entitled Who Are You to understand better who you are, you understand that whatever action you take, it's going to take a lot more time and a lot more effort to get you where you want. And when it comes down strictly to manifestation, it's pointless. So I really do believe that in this YouTuber kind of world, people need to distinguish between life coaching and healthy advice for people and metaphysical world and manifestation. They ain't the same thing. Now, I do understand that these people have good intentions, and I do understand that they want to provide advices for a healthy living. I love that, and I do this all the time. But let's distinguish healthy living, taking healthy actions, with talking strictly about manifestation and metaphysical concept. Because when we are talking about metaphysical concept, we are talking about the quantum field. We are going beyond the 3D reality, and we are just discussing about the power of consciousness. And this is why Neville was a genius, because Neville understood the power of consciousness. If you truly understand the power of consciousness, once an assumption is made, your thoughts are not just in your mind. Your thoughts are broadcasting a signal in the quantum field. And if you want to understand more about quantum physics and the parallel between quantum physics, cubism, which is a new branch of quantum physics, and the law of assumption, I have a webinar that listed down below, and the replay of the webinar is on my Etsy shop. But essentially, Neville writes, the illusion of free will to do is by ignorance of the law of assumption. And I agree with him, because I have manifested things out of thin air. And so I will explain you what do you have to do apart from doing nothing once the assumption is made. Just give me a minute. So I just finished quoting Neville Goddard. By the way, I'm reading from The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. All that befalls you, all that is done by you, happens. Your assumption, conscious or unconscious, direct all thought and action to fulfillment. Your action is only a byproduct of your state of being. But when you frame this entire concept and you tell people, you gotta take action, people are gonna start taking action coming from the old concept of themselves and never getting to the results that they want. Because first, an assumption must be created. And first and foremost, even Joe Dispenza talks about this, and I highly agree with him, you have to deprogram your mind. You have to deconstruct your identity, create the identity of the future self, so you can align in action, thoughts, and behaviors to the experiences that you want. And the actions are not even going to look like action. They're going to look like your day-to-day life, which you obviously going to experience. I'm going to give examples, so don't worry about it. Free will actually means freedom to select any idea you desire by assuming the idea already to be a fact. It's converted into reality. Now, you don't have to do anything to make your desire come true. So let's give practical examples, because this is going to benefit so many people. Let's talk about an SP, and let's talk about career, so everybody gets their cup of tea. Inherently speaking about an SP, if you are assuming that they love you, they want you, you're taken care of, and you are chosen, you must now work on the new version of you that feels already those sensations, or at least thinks those thoughts. And so you shouldn't reach out. You shouldn't do anything. It will come to you. The bridge of events will be unfolded in front of your eyes. And it's not about you doing anything to get the SP. It's not about manipulating anybody, but you will be moved by the universe, by your subconscious mind, because those are the same thing, in situation and events that will allow you to be with this person. So either they will come to you, or like I said, you will be moved. It's different from teaching people. You have to take action, because the mindset is different. You don't have to take. You wake up in the morning and you become the person that is already in that healthy, committed relationship. And I always advise to people to make a list of things. What would you do as the person that already is in that relationship? And with doing, I don't mean reaching out to the person, but I mean probably you will commit to yourself. You will prioritize yourself. You will feel good about yourself. You will feel confident. You will feel happy. You will have. So what do you have to do? In order to fulfill the desire, nothing about assumption. But in the process of its realization, my advice is to not hyper focus on the realization of the desire. You know it's going to happen, but to do activities that make you feel good in a general state. So you cultivate yourself, you read books, you watch videos that you like, you go out for a walk, you create hobbies, and then obviously this fact that you are embracing the consciousness of the person that is already chosen, so you're behaving in the sense like the person that is already chosen, will obviously shift you to that reality. And in the meantime, you keep your assumption and mental diet in check, but you do not have to do anything to make it happen, meaning you don't have to reach out, you don't have to push for an outcome, you don't have to force the 3D, and so on and so forth. Now, many of these videos are around career and be successful. Let me tell you something. You need to change your identity still, even if you want to be successful, because you assume that you are successful. I'm going to give you my example of the YouTube channel, because that's where I can I can tell you my experience, right? I had 2 YouTube channels. The first channel, I have strictly applied, most likely this advices of the law of attraction. So it's like, oh, you have to show up, you have to do the videos, and you have to study about them, and you have to know about the algorithm, and because you are working to be with the person. Honestly, my other channel, I love it. I love doing tarot reading, but it wasn't as successful as I wanted to be ever, because I never changed my identity and my subconscious program, which doesn't take a lot, but it takes an assumption. When I started this new channel, I decided that this was going to be completely different, and I decided to follow strictly Neville Goddard and the law of assumption and do an experiment, and assuming that my videos are always going viral, I affirmed for it. And yes, of course, I was showing up and doing videos. However, I was showing up and doing videos because that's simply what I love to do. It's not because I am trying to get viral. I'm not trying to make it work. I'm not trying to manipulate in the 3D. I'm doing nothing apart from showing up and being the person. And obviously, if I am implying, I'm assuming all my videos go viral, I need to show up for the videos, but I don't show up because I want the video necessarily to go viral, or I'm trying to push for that outcome. I am showing up because I'm doing what I love, and that makes me feel good. And then it happened. It happened naturally and through a bridge of events that got me to me. It was a bridge of events. Like I told you, even for TikTok, I was just showing up myself, doing the videos because I loved making them. And then this famous YouTuber reached out to me out of the blue, asked me for a collaboration, which got me so many visibility because he's got 1 million followers and subscribers. Then from there on, I started doing videos, and then the algorithm started to promote my videos out of the blue. Simply because I assumed the consciousness of that person and I changed my identity around it. And changing the identity is easy. You can do this through meditation. I highly advise to do it through meditation. And it's all about becoming the person that acts and feels and thinks like it is already in that reality. So this video, I know it sounded a little bit like a rant, but what should you do between the assumption of the wish fulfilled and its realization? Nothing. You just have to assume it. And it is effortless. Neville was all about you shouldn't put any effort. And it's so funny because all of these videos of these people, they're like, you cannot expect to get what you want if you don't put any effort. No, you can. No, you can. I mean, there are yogis in India, mentioning even Yogananda, that have done incredible things just with their mind and just with their consciousness. There are kids in this world, and I'm not even shitting you guys, there are kids that just with their consciousness, they can fire a place. Just with a thought, they can manifest fire. They have telepathy abilities. So no, it's not all this power into action is only by ignorance of the law of assumption. It's only by ignorance of the power of God and the power of consciousness. Now, one of the issues that people encountered is impatience, unfortunately. And the reason why they encounter is impatience, especially when it comes down to manifesting an SP, it's because they put this person up on a pedestal and they put all their happiness and they want to be with this person and they're not cultivating themselves. But if you're not cultivating yourself, clearly you didn't make the assumption that you're chosen and wanted, because if you would have made the assumption that you're chosen and wanted, you will automatically think thoughts that come from that perspective, and you would automatically focus on yourself, your hobbies and passion, and you will get to the SP so much faster because it's all connected, you guys. It's not just about blabbering self-concept, it's about becoming the person that is already in that reality. So what you have to do practically to make the manifestation work, you don't have to do anything beyond assumption. And the rest of your day, you live your life happily, joyfully, peacefully, as much as you can, cultivating yourself and doing things that make you passionate. And that's it. And obviously, if you're trying to reach for a success of any kind, learning a language or, I don't know, business, whatever, of course you're going to show up and study for that language. Of course you're going to show up and work on your business. But that's because the version of you in the future that already has a successful business will do that anyway. It's common sense, right? So I love that Neville said this, and I love what should be done between the assumption of the wish fulfilled and its realization. Freaking nothing. The power of consciousness is far way more powerful than any human action in the world. That's because thoughts create, and that's because thoughts are not simply sitting in your brain, but they broadcast a signal in the quantum field, which creates reality. Okay, you guys, I love you, and I just wanted to rant a little bit about this topic. Just focus on you. You're doing great. You're gonna get all your desires. You can watch my videos to reiterate this topic a little bit more. I also have an e-course to manifest a specific person with my personal formula of deconstructing your identity and creating the new identity of yourself that is already with that person. I've been successful with these practices for a long time. So I love you guys, and I see you very soon on my channel. Bye.